Welcome back to our channel, where we explore the history behind rare and interesting coins from around the world. Today, we're taking a closer look at the United States quarter-dollar coin from 1965, a year that marked a major turning point in American coinage history. Before we dive into the details, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you never miss our latest coin history videos. Now, let's begin the journey of the 1965 quarter-dollar coin. The year 1965 was one of the most important years in U.S. coin history. Until 1964, quarters were made of 90% silver and 10% copper, giving them both beauty and intrinsic value. However, due to the rising price of silver in the early 1960s, people started hoarding silver coins, melting them for their metal value, and causing a national coin shortage. To solve this crisis, the United States Mint decided to remove silver from circulating coins. And that's when the 1965 Washington quarter was introduced, the first U.S. quarter made without silver. This new coin was made of a copper-nickel clad composition, a pure copper core sandwiched between two layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This gave the coin its silver-like shine while being much cheaper to produce. The design of the 1965 quarter remained the same as earlier Washington quarters. On the obverse, or front side, it features the profile of George Washington, the first President of the United States, designed by John Flanagan in 1932. Above Washington's head is the word Liberty, and below is the date, 1965. The motto, "In God We Trust," appears on the left side of his profile. On the reverse side, you'll find a majestic bald eagle perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing strength and readiness for defense. Below the eagle are olive branches, representing peace. The words, United States of America, and E pluribus unum, are inscribed above, while quarter dollar appears at the bottom. An interesting fact is that no mint mark appears on the 1965 quarter, even though millions were produced at different mints. This was done intentionally by the U.S. Mint to discourage coin collectors from hoarding coins during the transition from silver to copper-nickel. The total mintage of the 1965 quarter was enormous. Over 1.8 billion coins were produced, making it one of the most common quarters in U.S. history. However, not all 1965 quarters are the same. Some rare error coins exist. For example, a few 1965 quarters were accidentally struck on leftover 90% silver planchets from 1964. These silver quarters are extremely rare and can sell for thousands of dollars today. So, if you ever come across a 1965 quarter that looks unusually shiny or heavier than normal, it might just be one of those valuable errors. In everyday use, the 1965 quarter became the foundation of modern U.S. coinage, setting the standard for all quarters that followed, including the state quarters that began in 1999. Collectors value the 1965 quarter not for its rarity but for its historical significance. It represents the end of the silver era and the beginning of the modern coinage system in America. So, the next time you see a 1965 quarter in your change, remember that it's more than just 25 cents. It's a piece of American history, a symbol of change, innovation, and adaptation during a time of economic challenge. Next coin. The year 1970 was an important time in the history of American coinage. But before we dive into the story of the 1970 quarter-dollar coin, let's understand what makes this coin so fascinating to collectors around the world. The United States quarter dollar, commonly known as the quarter, is worth 25 cents and has been a major part of U.S. currency since 1796. The 1970 quarter continues this long tradition, but it carries its own unique story, one filled with history, design, and even a touch of mystery. In 1970, the U.S. Mint produced quarters in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The coins struck in Philadelphia carry no mint mark, those from Denver bear a small d, and the ones from San Francisco have an s. The San Francisco coins were mostly made for proof sets, meaning they were specially struck for collectors with a mirror-like shine. Now, let's look at the design. On the obverse, or front side, you'll find the familiar portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States. This design was created by sculptor John Flanagan in 1932, marking the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. His image became a lasting symbol of leadership and honor, and it still appears on the quarter today. On the reverse side, or back, you'll see the image of a majestic bald eagle, wings spread wide, clutching arrows and olive branches, symbols of strength and peace. The design represents the nation's commitment to both defending freedom and striving for peace. This classic eagle reverse design was used from 1932 until 1998, before the introduction of the State Quarters program in 1999. What makes the 1970 quarter special is not just its age, but also the rare varieties that exist. Among collectors, one of the most famous is the 1970 S-proof quarter struck on a 1941 Canadian quarter planchet. This error happened when a blank coin from another country accidentally entered the minting process. These rare error coins are extremely valuable. Some have sold for thousands of dollars at auctions. It's one of those incredible moments when history, luck, and minting technology come together. The regular 1970 quarters were made from a copper-nickel clad composition, an outer layer of copper-nickel bonded to a core of pure copper. This metal combination gives the coin its silver-like appearance while keeping costs low. Each coin weighs about 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.3 mm. 1970 was also a significant year for America, a time of social change, innovation, and transformation. The Vietnam War was ongoing, the space race continued after the Apollo 11 moon landing, and the American economy was adapting to a new era. During this time, coins like the 1970 quarter quietly circulated through the hands of millions of people, in shops, gas stations, and everyday transactions, symbolizing stability in a rapidly changing nation. Today, the 1970 quarter may seem like an ordinary coin, but for collectors, it represents a snapshot of American history. Every scratch, mark, and shine tells a story of its journey across decades. And if you happen to find a rare minting error from that year, you might be holding a hidden treasure.